YouTube, and we have to get set up on YouTube. There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes. You guys don't think, you think that we just kind of start this and away we go. It's not the case at all. There's a lot of preparation that goes into this. So the reason I'm a little stumbling here, I'm not really stumbling, just a little behind because I had to go and make my tea this evening, and that's what sort of pushed me back a couple of minutes, and then I was, oh my gosh, it's almost 8 o'clock. I better get online here. So this is kind of a casual evening where we just discuss things and answer your questions, and hopefully get you onto one of I think the greatest business in the world. I don't think, I know it is. I know it is. I've been in other business, things before, and I've done a lot of things in the past. I remember, I think I just stopped saying, hold on. Oh, I know what that was. I was in my late teens. I thought I was going to start a limousine service. And everybody, I actually bought I bought the car. It was a 1963 Cadillac. It wasn't new. It was already about, I don't know, probably 20, 30 years old or something like that. But all right, I think we are streaming. Anyway, everybody fought me on it. I ended up selling the car. I paid about $5,000 for it or something. Anyway, it didn't work out. I did a lot of things, but I can honestly tell you that the greatest business in the world is options trading. And for so many reasons, I can't even begin to tell you. And I think one day we're going to probably go over that again as to why I think options trading is the best business in the world. You certainly can start with a little bit of money and make a lot of money. You're limited only by your own skills. You don't even need a university degree. You don't need to, you're basically limited by your own patience, discipline. Obviously, you need some knowledge, but I think emotional control is probably 95% of successful trading. It truly is. I would say that's probably 95% of successful trading is emotional control. And anyway, you can make unlimited amounts of money. You don't have any overhead, really. You got a computer already. You don't have to punch a clock. Funny thing is, when COVID hit, and of course, everybody was sequestered in our own homes. Remember that? We were 10 years ahead of the curve on that one. We've been working from home for years, so nothing new there. In fact, it was good for us because people started getting into trading, and the more traders you have, the more participants you have in this business activity, the more volatility it creates, the more money is generated, the more opportunities to make more money. I mean, it's an awesome, awesome business. And I only thank God every day that we here in this free world and wherever you are, all right, we have this ability to make money on the stock market. There are places in the world, and one day I'm going to go through and find out just where they are. There are places they do not have this opportunity to be able to do this, which is sad because this is pure supply and demand. It's pure free market. And yes, markets are manipulated, and we'll go over that at some point too. But we can explain that, and probably have a newsletter on that one, how markets are manipulated. But you can still make a lot of money trading options, and that's what we do. All right, so there's a questions box. Please use that. Hope to get to them, and let's get on with the session here. Real quick question. I just want to know, how familiar are you with options, folks? I want to kind of go over this real quick because if there are a lot of people who are not familiar with options, then I think what we could do is we could stay on after the segment here that I'm talking about right now, and there's a lot of people, and give you a very brief primer on options. Okay, again, it's not a learn everything about what we're doing here session, but it's just a very brief primer, and you'll pick up at least some of the basics. So I want to kind of get an idea here. Okay, most people I see are very, very knowledgeable about options. Okay, there's a few chiming in with there's some D's in there. Okay, what are options? Okay, right. Traded before, just calls. Okay, nothing fancy. Okay, good to see that. Nothing fancy. You know what? And that's what we like to do. Nothing fancy. All right, good stuff. Good stuff. Most people are actually um, very well versed with options. Okay, good to see that. All right, so let me explain something here. The way we trade, first of all, I got to show you this too. I'm going to leave this up on the board. Where did I go? Where did I go? All right, there's come on. What is this problem? I have a real problem holding this steady, this screenshot here. Okay, so I have to show you this disclaimer. Keeps us out of jail. Keeps the lawyers happy. I guess they have to eat too. Not really sure why, but they do. Anyway, um, let you read this. So the way we trade, well, I'm going to let you read this here. Go ahead. By attending this webinar, you fully understand, accept the financial risks involved in trading securities. The risk of loss can be substantial. You should carefully consider whether such trading is suitable for you in light of your personal investment objectives and financial resources. By accessing this webinar, you understand that you're not receiving any advice as to what or when to buy or sell, but are simply receiving information for educational purposes only. Any decisions concerning a trade are solely your own, but your personal objectives and risk tolerances. You alone are responsible for all your own trading, and past performance does not guarantee future results. Courtesy charts, Schwab, Thinkorswim, and also Tasty Trade if you do present them. All right, so going to meet your host, but I want to say this, that our trading, the way we trade, I'm going to go over this a little bit later on too. We do not do any spreads, no spreads, no naked positions, and that's not the way I'm talking about clothing. Naked position is where you're entering a trade, but you're not covered on the other side. Not sure that makes any sense. Let's put it this way. If you buy or sell an option, you have to, let's say you sell an option. You sell an option. You have to be prepared to have the equity available in case somebody contacts your broker and said, you know, that option that Joel's got over there, I want it. I don't want the option. I want the stock. He's got to come with the stock. Okay, we'll go over that in a little bit. Anyway, point is, the way we trade, all right, the way we trade, you can only lose what you put into the market. And that's a really good position to be in. All right, and we're going to get into details later, and I think we're going to be going over our hour. So prepare yourself. But it's going to be a fun time. Ask questions, or hopefully we'll get to them. My name is Hugh. I learned this the hard way mostly. Yes, I took some lessons, classes, sessions, ebooks, books, videos, DVDs, CDs, you name it. Most of the stuff I learned, yeah, I did learn some stuff. Most of the things I learned, though, I guess I learned from the trenches. That's what I call from the trenches. This is the hardcore training. And the things that I teach is the stuff that I learned the hard way. Because that's really where you learn, right? You learn from your losses. That's what I would do. I would do trades. I was very successful over the years, and I also had a lot of losses. There's probably nobody online here who suffered more losses than I did over the many years. But I will tell you, every time I had a loss, I would go back and I would see, why did I lose? What happened here? Just what exactly happened that I thought this was a good trade yesterday, or 2, 3 days or a week ago, and suddenly it's no good. Suddenly it's a piece of garbage that needs to be kicked to the curb. What happened in there? Was it a news item? Did I miss an indicator? Did I misread something? Just what happened? And you know the funny thing, if you go through and analyze those losses, because I'll tell you, I was not born with a silver spoon in my mouth. All right, I had to work hard for all of the money that I accumulated over my life, and so when I had a loss, it would hurt me, right? It would emotionally hurt me. Like I would take it as a personal affront to me, and that the market, somehow doesn't like me, and I want to know why. What did I do? What did I do so wrong to you? How did I insult you? Did I disrespect you in any way? Did I put my hands where I shouldn't have? Did I touch a keyboard or something? Anyway, I always learn, and eventually, when you stop doing all those things that are costing you money, right? You stop doing those, and you only do those things that are making you money. Then guess what? Eventually, you start getting a little luckier, right? So, what happened was I came from a corporate world. Used to be an internal auditor for an insurance company, and among other things. And my financial guru blew out half my account by the time I realized what was going on. Obviously, I was quite upset about it and very annoyed, and I had some words with him. Mike, of course, he's my friend, right? He's gonna take care of me and all that. Yeah, right. And I seized control of my account. I realized a couple things while driving home that day with my check in hand for whatever was left. It was a very check in hand. It was a very pitiful night. Actually, it was during the day, but I recognized excuse me, realized two important things. Number one, nobody cares or should care more about my money than me. It is impossible for anybody else to care about my money more than me or more than I should. And that applies to each and every one of you. Nobody should care more about your money than yourself. I don't know who you are, David or Michael or Carlos or Ahmad or Abby or Alan. And as much as I don't want to lose your money, you should be more concerned about losing your money than I ever could be, right? I mean, that makes just a total sense. And the other thing I learned is that with the power of the internet, we all have, we all have our right here. This is where the power is, right here, the keyboard, right? We all have the same power right here in our fingertips as much as anybody else. All the information is right there on the internet. I mean, some people might get it a few seconds sooner, but by and large, it's okay if you get it, a few seconds later than they do. It's okay. In fact, it's pretty good because let those guys, the big money, let them get the information first so that you can follow them, right? So you're following the big money because they know, or they're the ones pushing the money. And if they want to move the markets up, you just latch your wagon onto theirs and up we go, right? And that's the way it works. So 2010, after people started to coerce me about me, hey, you got to show me what you're doing because they saw me bringing home, they saw me quite successful. Lots of vacations, new cars, new house, new airplane. Hugh, what'd you do? You win a lottery? No, no, no. I'm just trading options. Okay, can you show us how? So that was 2010, and and we started a rudimentary website, and we just started showing people, and then we started this thing called the Inner Circle, and we started training and videos and ebooks, and anyway, the thing just blossomed into this. Then just give me a brief history here, and then it was in late 2022. Late 2022, we're approached by Eagle Financial Publications, and they want to buy us out. And basically, they bought us out, but they've got me back. We didn't go anywhere. We're not going anywhere, right? Not only am I not going anywhere, but they brought on Aaron Stevens, who he's off tonight, and we gave him the night off. But Aaron is an awesome guy, and he comes from a futures background. In fact, he started trading when he was a teenager. I believe he opened up his first account. I was going to say 18, but I saw somewhere or heard somewhere that actually was 17 years old when he first opened up his first corporate account. So when, excuse me, when all his friends in high school were out there playing sports and chasing girls, he was in the library looking at charts and reading the Wall Street Journal. Who does that? Aaron did. Self-described nerd, dork, whatever. He's a cool guy. He's a cool guy, married, kids, all that stuff. So he used to be a technical analyst for a $150 million technical fund. But Eagle was able to grab him away from that and bring him into our camp. And we now have him, and he works with us. And he gets into this deep dive analysis, and we call it 1 + 1 = 3. And he gets into indicators that it's okay. So I have my set of indicators that are very successful, and he has his set of indicators that are also very successful, completely independent of each other. So when I say the market's going to go up and he says the market's going to go up, you probably want to buy call options because the market's probably going to go up, right? That's why we say that when our indicators unite, our trades ignite. And that's not just a saying, but it's actually a pretty cool thing that we do. All right, so we got some announcements I want to tell you. First of all, every Thursday morning, we have a newsletter that goes out. It's a 3-minute read. It's not, it's not a lengthy thing, but it's kind of like a human interest and a little bit of promotion stuff. But we talk about something every week. And yes, I write the newsletter. They got me writing the newsletter, folks, and it's a free e-newsletter. And I would really like it that make sure you subscribe to this. I think it's just a very entertaining, lighthearted kind of a thing, relevant, entertaining, light, as I mentioned. To subscribe, I cannot subscribe you. I found out you have to subscribe. You have to go to the website daytradespy.com, and I believe on the right side there's something where you leave your name or you get an ebook or something or some report or something. Just sign up for one of those reports, and you're going to get the Spy in the Market. It's called. Okay. Spy in the Market comes in your inbox every Thursday morning. Usually before I wake up, it's already there. Okay, and I think you'll find it quite entertaining. The next thing I wanted to tell you about is where is it here? The Money Show. The Money Show. There we go. Wow, this is very sensitive here. So we're going to be in the Money Show here later this week. As I mentioned earlier, I'm flying out Tuesday. Aaron's already on his way out there. It's going to be at the Paris, Las Vegas, February the 21st through the 23rd. Now, Aaron is going to be presenting. He's got 2 presentations he's doing. These are free. The Art and Science of Catching a Spy, February the 21st, which is going to be on Wednesday. He's going to be on the stage Wednesday afternoon, 1:25 to 1:55, and then again Thursday, 12:45 to 1:15. If you're in the area here, catch him. Let's go heckle him or whatever. Just he'll be up there talking about the art and science of catching a spy. It's going to be pretty interesting. That's the Money Show, Las Vegas. If you're there, stop by. We have a booth there. Look for the Eagle Financial Publications booth. We're going to be there. Backed by popular demand, our scalping workshop is set to be in early March. I believe I have a date on that. That is going to be, watch for your email, but I believe the date is set to be March the 6th, Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Our scalping strategy workshop. We're going to start sending out the emails on that pretty soon. Watch your email for details on that, okay? Also, I want to tell you, yes, the Inner Circle meetup for this week is canceled because I'm going to be in the air flying to Las Vegas. Aaron is actually coming back from San Diego to Las Vegas. I think he's going to be in the air or landing at an airport. We're not going to be able to do that on Tuesday, but we are planning on some kind of an event from Las Vegas for Inner Circle members to make up for that weekly meetup, which is usually every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. So our Inner Circle members, that is canceled for this Tuesday, but watch your email. We're going to go for probably from the event. We're going to have a live Q&A session from Las Vegas. Also, just a reminder, markets are closed tomorrow. It is President's Day. All right, so what we're going to talk about here tonight, we're going to talk about, well, what happened recently in the markets, the upcoming week, our famous 2 to 10K challenge update. We're going to answer your questions and take the next steps to trading success on the options market. And later today, this evening, we'll have an options primer as well. Okay. All right, so here's the week in review. What happened this week? Let's just stretch this out a little bit here. Excuse me. Market shot up on Monday. There was a technical breakout. A lot of pent-up demand sitting at that 500 level, and then 501. It was just bubbling under that 501. Once we broke out, it just shot straight through 502 like it wasn't even there, even 503. By the way, this was predicted by Aaron in one of his trading room sessions. And frankly, I thought, are you sure there's very strong resistance? He said, if my indicators are all right, we're going to bounce off here, the support, and push through the resistance, and off we go. He predicted 503, but we went right up to an all-time high of 503.50. 503.50, and that was an all-time high. So, and then of course, profit taking brought SPY right back down to just over 500. Tuesday was a little bit different. We had some CPI numbers that came out, and they were higher. In fact, they were quite a bit higher than the analysts predicted. The forecasts were considerably lower, and that, of course, shed the gains we made all last week as traders became nervous of the Feds possibly keeping interest rates higher for longer. They were expecting the Feds to lower interest rates sooner, but now it looks like it's been pushed back, and that whole threat of rising interest rates continues to to be there, right? So that was Tuesday. We ran right down to where we were a week ago. On Wednesday, we got a little bit of recovery on the way, and we predicted the market to go back up, and we had a really nice run to the upside there. Brought SPY back up to test the 499 level. Thursday, we had some CPI numbers, PPI numbers. I think it was people. Was that no? Was that no? That was Friday. We had retail sales. Retail sales on Thursday with unemployment claims numbers and a Philly Fed manufacturing index that pushed SPY close over 501. And if I remember, there's some conflicting information on the Philly Fed manufacturing index and the sales and unemployment numbers. Sales and unemployment numbers kept SPY at bay, but I think it was the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index that was, if I recall, lower than expected. Anyway, that shot SPY back up over 500 and back up over 501, pushing into 502 in pre-market on Friday. And we had higher than expected PPI numbers that dominated the market sentiment, floated by housing data, but then we got a downdraft at the end of the day to wrap up in the red, back down to just over just around that 499 level. All right, 499. I think a little over 499. We finished the day off. So that was what happened during the week. And I want to check my. I'll tell you about in a second. I actually have to check attendance for something here first before I go into this next segment. And I will tell you in a minute here if this one gentleman is on. Okay. Let me see. One more thing I have to check if he goes by another name here. Okay, I am good. I am good. So what if he wasn't going to be on, if he was going to be on, I had to skip over this segment here. So a few months ago, I was really kind of nailed for high blood pressure, and I had to promise my doctor I'm not going to trade, so I did. But I do some personal trades. Just okay, I can't tell you how many contracts I traded, but this is just fun for me. So this is sort of fun thing. And so my blood pressure's hanging around 140, 145. I know some people think it's higher, but I'm thinking here, considering what it was before, this is actually pretty low, but it's still high. So anyway, long story short, I still have some fun trades, if you know what I'm saying. But I'm not going to tell you how many contracts, because I don't want to put anybody at ease with that. Just wanted to show you here. This is kind of a moneymaker for me. Just having some fun with it at the same time. This started on Wednesday here. This one on Wednesday. Just took it from Wednesday through Friday. Okay, these are the ones I'm showing you here. I made 35 cents in 35 minutes. All right, and 20-cent gain in 35 minutes. The next one picked up on this was what, Thursday? I think it was nickel in 1 hour 21 minutes. That one was a long one. I don't know why. And then on Friday picked up 16 cents in 6 minutes. And this is the way it went. These were all on calls. This is something I use on Tasty Trade. I use Tasty Trade because of their lightning speed executions and also because of their commission structure. So their commission is $1 a contract to open a position, 0 to close, plus a couple cents for exchange fees, up to a maximum of $10. And that's why I like Tasty Trade. So if I'm trading 100 contracts, my commission is $10. 500 contracts, $10 is my commission. You can't beat that. That's why I like it. But I also like the fact that the people are nice. They all speak English. They answer the phone when you need them. They're responsive. They're right there. Nice. I met them. They're a nice group of people. And like I say, lightning speed execution. I don't know how they are just right there at the market. Where another platform might take a couple of seconds or a few seconds to execute, these guys are immediately right there. I've never seen anything like it. Anyway, now looking back at this, if you had only traded 10 contracts, which I know a lot of people do, they trade that, just the basic 10 contracts. Here's what the numbers would have shaped up like. Trade number one, you would have made $350 on an investment of $3,850, 9.1%. Trade number two would have gotten you $200 on an investment of $3,550 for 5.6%. Get this, on trade number three, yes, made only $50, but your investment was what, 280? That's 17.9%. And trade number four was just a very modest 4.7% or $160. This was Friday's 34.40 investment. Altogether, that would have been if it was only 10 contracts each, $760. All right, in 3 days, and the average investment less than $2,800. Less than $2,800. If you extrapolate this, it works out to about $66,000 a year, considering that the average U.S. salary is $53,500 in 2024. That's not bad, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. I think we're over that. All right, here's a testimonial, guys. Just kind of throw these in, sprinkle these in once in a while. This came from Wayne. It says, Hugh, I really like your, there it is right there. Let me just say, I like to see, I really like your system, the way it works, simplicity of it all, right? It's simple. He understands it, especially your winning trade percentage. Thank you so much. Thanks for all your help and guidance. Look forward to being part of the Day Trade Spy in the future. All right, now let's move on. Seasonal charts. I'm going to show you what this is. For those of you who don't know what these are, so there's seasonality with SPY, just like there's seasonality with pretty well all stocks, right? So the way this works is that blue line at the top is where SPY is now. And let me just expand this. And that red line at the bottom is the closing price of the composite of the last 5 years daily chart. That's where SPY was. You can see where SPY is going. Let's just kind of drill down into this and see what happens. So when I look at the seasonal charts going back to a week ago, looks like we dropped about a point over the last week. And from a seasonal perspective, we actually dropped 9 points in the week to come. We dropped 9 points. All right, so it's just something to keep in mind that, we just might be going to the downside, possibly some profit taking or these lofty levels, not really sure. All right, so last week, inflation for January was running hotter than expected. Despite the drop in CPI, S&P, believe it or not, still approached new record highs. Investors are questioning, is inflation going to continue to moderate, or is this the start of a new trend back in the wrong direction? What's going on with inflation here? Oh, the wise guys, they believe inflation can continue downward, although not consistently, provided the labor market can cool modestly from here. And this past week's inflation numbers pushed out expectations now of the Fed's interest rate cuts. They're looking at possibly cutting back in June to better align with their 3 to 4 cuts this year. All right, so that's kind of why the markets dropped this week. All right, longer term inflation trends are still favorable, but analysts are questioning if that last mile to the 2% target is actually a little bit too difficult. So that's what happened last week. Here's what happened. The S&P actually dropped 0.4% down to a year-to-date of 4.9, which is still good. NASDAQ dropped 1.3%, and year-to-date running at 5.1, and the Dow dropped 0.1%. So all negative last week. All right. Coming up, of course, tomorrow, holiday, President's Day, no news day on Tuesday, not much going on. Wednesday, we got the Fed Reserve meeting minutes that are going to be released, which is actually going back to get into a deeper dive as to what the Fed's, why they made the decisions they made and what they expect and stuff. So we're going to see some more insights into the Fed's thinking process with these meeting minutes that are going to be released on Wednesday. On Thursday, we have unemployment claims, got an S&P Global Manufacturing PMI report, and also a Services PMI report, and an existing home sales report, and not much going on Friday. So where does that put us here for the week ahead? I expect lower volatility on Tuesday, slightly coming up on Tuesday rather. Nothing on. Oh, wait a second. That is wrong. Hang on. Let me just redo this one. This whole thing here should be taken out. Okay, let's get this corrected. All right, there we go. It's going to be low on Tuesday, moderate on Wednesday, elevated Thursday, probably lower on Friday again. Okay. All right, let's get another testimonial. I love these testimonials, folks. These are all okay. These are all unsolicited. These are all unsolicited testimonials. Mike threw this one at us the other day. So we were talking here. He picked up 22,000. Today up. Oh my gosh, I love these guys. I love these testimonials. Let me just go on this. I also like playing with this little marker here. But he made 20. Where did it go? Hang on. Okay, there it is. Made 22,000 yesterday. Trading. He traded SPY so far all day. There it goes right there. So far, he's up 11K from holding calls overnight. Not something I proposed, but he did very well on that one. The next up, this is actually pretty cool. So we were talking about, but I don't know where we came on to this, talking about a hedge fund. No, we're not starting a hedge fund, but somebody suggested, oh, you should start a hedge fund. We'll call it HUGH, a stock symbol, right? And our own fund. Oh, I know what it was. We were talking about the Jim Cramer inverse hedge fund and how they put a stop to that. They're not doing that anymore. So this was actually a fund that was started that would bet on the inverse of what Cramer suggested. So if Cramer said, "Oh, buy long on Microsoft," then this fund would go short on Microsoft, and I understand the fund did okay. So pretty good actually. Anyway, they're not doing the funding, so that's what we're talking about. So anyway, just talking about, oh, we should start our own, and Bruce here says, speak to Roger. Roger's the boss here, folks. He's our Eagle boss, all right? To see if Eagle wants to start a hedge fund call it HUGHT ETF. You can tell some crazy shrinkers go with the idea as an expression of gratitude to you and Aaron. Thank you so much. We'll discuss this in Vegas. I also like the fact that I got this email from Jerry, and again, unsolicited with the hedge fund. Jerry says he would invest $500,000 and gladly pay us 2 and 20. I'm not really sure what 2 and 20 is, but to have that much confidence in us that he would initially invest $500,000. Thank you so much for that, Jerry. I'm still trying to wrap my head around how successful your program is. Thanks again, Jerry. I cannot thank you enough. I'm getting more and more confident in my trades, and it is paying off handsomely. And I can't thank you enough for these wonderful comments. Okay, and just thought I'd throw that out there. All right, let's move along here. Let's move along. So there I am again, and I'm just going to say to you folks, the stock market gives us opportunities every day, all day long, and we just show you how to spot them and how to trade them. And it's like a dance. You're doing a dance. Your dancing partner is the stock market. It's your best friend. It's not your adversary. It's your best friend. And you give the stock market a little twirl. It twirls around. It's like you're doing a jive, I guess. Not that I'm a dancer. I'm not. I only know two dances, slow and fast. And I don't dance. Haven't danced in many, many years. But but I know a little bit about dancing. So if you want to work with this have a symbiotic relationship, like a hand in glove with the stock market instead of against the stock market. And sometimes the market is going to get aggressive with you. And if you're going to the upside and the market goes down, right, you just got to wait it out like a bad storm coming through. That's all it is. That's all it is. Um, so we're going to look at the 2 to 10K challenge. I am going to give you this update here. This is a project that we are working on, our third round. We started this about 3 weeks ago. We've had 15 trades, and we are currently ahead of ourselves by $211. We have 3108 in the balance that we're going to be working with on Tuesday. Our goal at this point is supposed to be only supposed to be 28.97, but we're ahead of the game by $211. And our goal on Tuesday is to make $72. So our goal is to take $2,000 and turn it into $10,000 in 3 months. We did this twice already successfully, and now we are looking at doing it again, and we're well on the way. We're well on the way. So the idea here is to build up a cushion in the budget variance, and then perhaps later on we might even get a little more aggressive. I don't have that worked into the program, but in case we should take a loss, we have a cushion with which to absorb any loss we have, just like we did here a week or so ago when we had a bit of a loss here with $160. I did not like the way the market was going at that time, and I took a small loss for $160. Okay, but anyway, that is that. Where's it right here? There it is right here. Okay. So, but we had a cushion, right? And then we more than made up for any losses, and that's the way it works. So this challenge is actually very popular. Very popular. Anyway, let's move along here. The 10 to 10K challenge, we have some rules. All right, we're starting with $2,000. You're only trading profits as they settle the next day. So right now we're just doing one trade a day using a cash account. So the pattern day trade rules do not apply. Buy first, then sell, doing calls and puts using our standard setups. We are tracking on our daily spreadsheet that I just showed you. These activities are reported daily in our inner circle follow-up report. If you want to get an earlier update, well, first of all, we do give you the update every day in our trading room because that's where we do it. But for anybody sort of from the outside looking in, you got to be a member of the inner circle, and that is where we are going to, and that's where we actually give you the results of the 2 to 10K challenge. We record the gains net of losses, net of commissions, I should say, again, with the dollar contract commission. And again, our goal is to hit $10,000 by April the 29th. All right, the rule is very simple. Start with safer trades further out at the money expirations using modest gains. Going to build up our buffer, possibly get more aggressive later in the program. We'll see how it goes. Okay, that's kind of the idea there. And you have to be in the trading room. You have to be in the trading room. Trading room. What is the trading room? It's hosted by yours truly and Aaron. Every morning we get online, 9:20 to 10:30 Eastern time when the markets are open. We're not going to be there tomorrow. Tomorrow's a holiday, but Tuesday through Friday we're going to be there. We're going to be there remotely. It might be actually interesting because we're not going to be at our regular computers. I think I'm going to be on a laptop. Um, but I am going to be setting up. So after Las Vegas, after this week, we're actually going back to Florida. Going to spend about 3 weeks there. We've got a computer set up over there, so everything will be back to normal. But might stumble a little bit in the trading room this coming week. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, folks, learn and learn from the best. And I'm not gonna kid you. All right, Aaron and I have lots of experience. So when I say the best, I'm blowing our own horns here. I'm actually very, very modest about it, but people are saying, well, you should really be proud of that because your wins are so successful. You're doing so well. So I should tell you that Aaron and I, between the two of us, we have over 40 years of stock market participation. They're not all great years. You can be sure of that. We've had our losses, but this is one of those things. You stay with this long enough, believe it or not, you're going to get good. Just stay with this long enough and you're going to get good at it. So we've made a lot of mistakes in the past. Learn and learn from the best because you know what? You're not going to live long. You're not going to live long enough to make all the mistakes yourself, right? We teach what we trade. We trade what we teach. Watch us make real trades, real money, real market environment. And that's the nice thing of it is our strategies come alive on this trading room every morning. We trade what we teach, and so we get into our trading strategies. We have several strategies. That 2 to 10K challenge is one. We have another one called the OMG out of the morning gate, basically a breakout using the 5-minute candles. We also have a scalping strategy, and I mean and the bread and butter strategy. So we have various strategies that we engage in and we teach you, and they're all making money on Friday. I think we had one. Friday I had one, two, three, four or five trades. The trading room, it does not go all day. These are events. There are events, and it's not a drop-in center or a coffee club. The microphone is not open to everybody. Only Aaron and I were the hosts. You can actually log in from an interactive session and just like this and put your questions forward, okay? So it's actually pretty cool that way. And we teach you. We teach you everything we do. We don't hold anything back. There's no secret sauce that we're holding back and we're not going to tell you. Why wouldn't we do that? We want you to make money. That's our objective. Because when you make money, we all make money. When you make money, you stay in the market longer, right? Just like I mentioned a little while ago, there's more liquidity in the market. There's more volatility. We all make money. It's really important for us that you make money. Anyway, so yeah, this is the whole objective is to teach you everything. Those things that we learned the hard way. You guys actually have it very lucky, folks. You are very fortunate that Aaron and I are here to teach you this. I sure wish I had a Hugh and Aaron back when I was learning this stuff. Oh man, I didn't have anybody. Well, I had a buddy I traded with, but he didn't know any more than I did. We're just stumbling through, learning. And so, well, look at this. Somebody said something about, well, I don't know. I said, well, then, do you know anything about the Greeks? I said, no, I don't follow the Greeks. Well, they said, well, maybe you should. Maybe you should learn the Greeks. Well, what's that? It's all Greek to me. Well, that's what they call them, the Greeks. You should learn. But I'll tell you something. There was one comment that I heard that really stuck with me, that was very instrumental in me staying with options. And that was that, what they say, 95% or some funny number like that of options traders lose money on the stock market, 95 or 98% or whatever. And I thought, okay, that's actually good for me. I like to know that. Because if I can become one of the 5% that makes money, then those 95%, I'll be glad to take their money, right? I don't have to be even all that great on the market. I just have to be better than 95% of the other people. And I understand why they would lose, because they are not going to give it the same commitment to learn the Greeks, learn the market, learn everything about it, learn about themselves, learn everything to become good at it. But if I can go over that top, and if they're going to lose money, they might as well lose it to me, right? And that's the way it is with day trade spyers too. Day trade spyers, those people have been in the trading room a while, they make money. So we'd be happy to take it from the masses and put it into our accounts. Anyway, questions in the trading room, get them answered in real time, folks. We have the longest running live trading room that I know of, that any of our folks over at Eagle Financial Publications, they've been around a long time, a lot longer than we have. And they are not aware of any trading room that's been here longer than us. We've been doing this since 2010. We're in our 14th year. Actually, early May will be 14 years. And again, the 2 to 10K challenge. All right, so my question to you is, can you afford not to subscribe, not to be in the trading room? All right, let me know in the questions box, because if you are not in the trading room, I'm sure there's 1 or 2 people who are not in the trading room still. So I urge you to join, because that's really where it happens. That really is. All right, and I'm going to kind of scroll back up here and try and get to some of the questions a little bit here. The question is here, for $699 for 3 months. By the way, if you really don't like it, there is a period in there where you can actually cancel and get a refund. Not too many people do that, but you do have the facility. And the reason I say that is because we do recognize that day trading SPY options is not for everybody. We're not going to pretend that this is going to be for everybody. And if you think this is going to be a get-rich-quick scheme, it's not. You have to learn what you're doing. You have to learn how to control your emotions. You have to learn the strategies. It's not that difficult. I mean, honestly, if I can learn it, you can definitely learn it, okay? Seriously. So if you learn this, you get good at it, you won't believe how it can change your whole life. And I'm not just saying this, because when you can go and make money at will, I find that's just to be the um, most bizarre thing out there. You don't need to have a lot of money to make a lot of money, and you're rewarded on your skills, your patience, your discipline. You're rewarded on a little bit of knowledge. It's the whole free market. This is the whole free market right here. Anyway, we need some questions here. This is actually a fireside session. Another testimonial. I kind of want to go over here with some of the stuff here. I love these testimonials. These are just some of the comments. I'm showing here some of the comments in the trading room. Here's Mike. He made his first 100K this week. He started the second week of January. He's been in there about month and a half? Not even a month and a half, maybe a month. Now, I don't know how much Mike is trading. I think he might be trading a little hot, but he made his first 100K by the end of this week. And I love what he said here. He actually is the same guy. Kimarata says, "You guys are the greatest." Thank you so much for that, Mike. Love you guys. Love you guys. This gentleman here didn't want to be identified at all. JK, he made to date $40,000 starting January the 2nd Ron, I love you guys. I love how you're always teaching. Just what I need. See you in Vegas. Gary picked up another $165. Total of $365 for the day. I love this comment from Gary. He's over $2,500 for his first 2 weeks with us. Howard picked up $4,775 for this week. I'd like to say big shout out to Howard's lovely wife, Vivian, who hopefully is listening here tonight as well. Oh my gosh, did I forget to push these things up? I'm sorry. There they are. Uh, See, I have two screens on the board, actually three when I look at my phone. So I'm looking at the outgoing screen, and here on my other screen, which is showing me what you're seeing, I neglected to look at that, and that's why I'm sitting there, highlighting these things on a blank screen. But there they are, and you can see how these people did very well. These are just unsolicited comments that come in from our morning trading room. All right, this is what we do. When I talk about you got to be on the trading room, these are the comments that come in. I'm not expecting you to make $2,500 a week, folks. In fact, I love some of these people. I get just as excited to that person who just made $50 as 5,000 because that person made $50. That's very exciting. All right. I remember when I first made my first $50. Oh my gosh, I just made $50 on the stock market. I am I'm on cloud nine. I can't believe I actually did this. Look at this. I'm $50 richer because of the stock market. Hey, this is pretty cool. There's something on here. I got to get into this. If I can do this, imagine if I put more money into it, if I do better trades, if I do this, and before you know it, you're actually making 500 and 5,000. And these gentlemen here that I just showed you, they're doing very, very well. All right, let's get into the fireside. Here's the fireside. There we go. You have to have a fire, don't you? All right, let's get to the questions, folks. So I'm going to go back up here. I'm going to scroll down. Pardon me while I just take a look at these real quick questions here. I think I mentioned about Timothy making 13K since he joined around January the 11th. All right, I did mention that one here. Okay, I got to pick up on this one here. Scroll down. Again, there's a questions box, folks. Feel free to send. There's a lot of questions that come in here. I hope I can get to them all. Okay, where are we going here? Southern California. Glad to have you in here. Lawrence, will there be a Day Trade Spy booth? Are we gonna have our own booth, or we're with Eagle, folks? We are gonna be with Eagle. We don't have our own booth yet. Maybe someday we will. Maybe if you listen, if you get down there, you see the Eagle booth. Why don't you here? I don't think Roger's listening to this. He's our boss, right? He's the publisher. But maybe if you mention to Roger, can you just have the next time maybe just a Day Trade Spy booth? And while you're at it, can you come up with some swag? We want something, maybe T-shirts or something that say Day Trade Spy on. I love those logos. I don't know if I ever showed you this, folks. It's a mouse pad. You guys even use mouse pads? Look at this mouse pad here. Can you see this all right? I hope I can get this up to the camera here. It says Day Trade Spy. It says if you want what I have, you got to do what I do. You want one of these? Go to Las Vegas and tell Roger that you want one of those mouse pads. And maybe you can even coerce him into, listen, if I subscribe, can I get a mouse pad mailed to me, right? Maybe if we get a little critical mass going here, we can convince Roger to send us all mouse pads, right? Send you all mouse pads. Okay, anyway. So that'll be pretty cool. Okay. Ahmad. Hi, everybody. Okay, so just to be under, okay, I've not understood how to enter a commission position. Do you not submit the order before the opening bell? No, no, you cannot submit an order. Maybe you can, I don't know, but don't submit any orders before the opening bell. So this is a question that comes up, and I think I'm gonna have to have a Thursday morning e-newsletter sent out on that. You need to wait until the opening bell hits and the option values firm up, especially if there's a wide gap from yesterday's close. Okay, if there's a wide gap, you need those option values to be nice and tight within 2-3 cents of each other, the bid-ask spread. Then you have a price. if pre-market you see an ask of say $3 and you submit a buy order for $3 and it takes, that means that come the opening bell, hey, somebody's gonna, sell you their option for the $3. They just might do that, but you might not want that for $3 if it comes down to 250, 245, 250. Now you say, oh, I can't believe it. I paid $3. It's only worth 245 or 250. So you want to wait until the opening bell hits at 9:30. Wait a few seconds for the bid-ask spread to tighten up. Now you have a solid price on options. Now I'm also going to give you another little tip here, and that is if you want the option, of course, you have to enter the ask price. But if the stock is moving quickly, that ask price is going to get away from you and you're going to find yourself chasing it. Let's say the option price is 250. You put in a buy order for 250 and then, oh, now it's 252. You pull it back, cancel and replace to 252. You submit it to the market. Oh my gosh, now it's 255. You do it again. You cancel and replace. You put in a buy order for 255. You with me? You're chasing it up. Well, at some point, you are going to get filled. When are you going to get filled? When it's coming right back down again. You don't want to get filled when the market's going down and you're trying to go up. You want to get filled when the market's going up. So here's your tip. Listen carefully. If it's going up like this and the bid ask, let's say, is 245, 250, instead of putting the ask price in, go a couple cents over the ask. People sometimes say, Hugh, how is it that you always get filled and I don't? Well, that's how. I will put in my ask price. I will try to buy it for a couple of cents over the ask. That puts me to the front of the line, right? Gives me my order, right? I get filled at my 252, 251, or even 250, or sometimes even 248. But it puts me to the front of the line. I get my options. I'm riding the market up. Immediately, I put it up for sale for 6% gain. What is that? If I get in for, say, 252, I put in for, say, for 6% profit target. I put it up for sale for 267. Oftentimes in a minute or two, I get filled for 267. I got my 6% and it's 932. Done for the day. How cool is that? Imagine doing that every day. All right. There you go. All right, we're going to describe all our services. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Good point. All right, let's go back and subscribe. Okay, these are our services, folks. Thank you for that comment there, Susan. I think it was Susan. So we have some solid goal, actionable plans that we have developed over the years. And these are available exclusively through DayTradeSPY, through the website. And these are things that you should, or you could engage in. And the more programs you engage in, and the longer you engage in these programs, the better trader you're going to be. The first one I mentioned a while ago when I first started showing everybody on the website what I'm trading is called the Inner Circle. You're basically kind of getting in here. So every morning, just after 9 o'clock, we send out this brief analysis as to where we see the market going that day. We're just not that smart to know where it's going to be a year from now or a month or even a week from now, but we're pretty good at identifying where the market's going to go later today. And this is it. It's a flash assessment of the way we see the market, and we send this to you. It's going to go up today. It's probably going to go down today. It's probably going to stay the same. It's probably going to go down, then it's going to go up. These are the things we say, and we explain kind of why. Or we'll say things, watch for some bounce around 10 o'clock. There's this news item coming out, or watch for possible retracement, and here's why. And watch for some higher volatility at 2 o'clock because Fed Chair Powell is going to speak, or, these kinds of things, right? And then we send out a follow-up report later in the day, early evening, whatever. And you're also going to be invited to our Tuesday night interactive meetups. If you can't make it, these are going to be recorded. And the cost of this is less than $1,000 a year, which is nothing, or $275 quarterly if you want to go for a 3-month period. Basically, a cup of coffee. That's what the Inner Circle is. And again, this is just a legacy program. A lot of people are on it. It's a great place to start if you don't know where to start. All right. And this is the first program that we actually started back in 2010, the Inner Circle. The Day Trade Spy Signal. Now, A lot of people just, they're working or they're on the road or whatever. They just want to be told what to trade. So if you've got your cell phone with you, you're going to get a signal 3 to 5 times a week. This is based off an algorithm. Now, I don't have any control of this. When the algorithm triggers, I see it the same time you do. Actually, if I'm in the trading room and it triggers, you'll see it before I will because I'm in the trading room talking and the email will kick in and so will your cell phone. It says, okay, buy the 502 calls. So you have 2 minutes to buy this. Get in the first 2 minutes, immediately put it up for sale for a 5% gain. If it is not sold by 4 p.m., sell it to market close. Cost of this program is what, 14.95 a year, 3.99 a quarter, 149 a month if you want to go that path. If you don't like it, look at this. 14-day, 100% money back guarantee. Are you kidding me? Some people say, well, do you have a trial? Well, there's your trial. There's your trial. Are we going to give it to you for free first? And then if you like it, you can take, no, you're going to buy it first. If you don't like it, then you can actually cancel and get your money back. No questions asked. Again, we recognize it's not for everybody. That is the day trade spy signal. It has been working. Well, the last time we analyzed this, it was, I think, about a 96% success rate. 96% success rate. Okay. Which is huge. Which is huge. Okay. And very, very successful. All right. The pick of the day, similar, but this is a trade that is going to be determined by Aaron and myself. What we do is we discuss this somewhere between 8:30 and 9 o'clock every morning. We email you just after 9 what the pick is, and you're going to buy this immediately at the open, making sure the 1 minute candle is in your direction. There are rules attached to this. So when you get this, you're going to get the list of rules and how it all works. Okay, it's all there. But here's the thing. You're going to sell this for 6% good till canceled um, order, right? If you have to hold it overnight, hold it overnight. Now, if 2 or 3 days down the road it hasn't sold, then we have to look at it again and see what's going on. So you may have to adjust this or repair it or sell it. It's too has been working 95, 96% success rate. All right. The cost of this, which is actually pretty cool because the difference between this and the pick is the pick can come anytime, although usually it comes in the morning. All right. In fact, I'd go right on the limb and say it's only going to be in the morning. If you don't get it by say 12:30, it's probably not going to happen during that day. So that too is a morning trade, but it's not at the market open morning. Okay. It could be anytime. It could be at 10 o'clock. It could be at 9:45. It could be at 10:30. It could be any time. And it's sent to your cell phone and your email. The pick of the day, same thing. Here you get it's 14.95. And again, you get a 30-day money back guarantee. Okay. These are really good programs. A lot of people really like those, especially if you're working or you're just not able to watch the markets all day. You're not able to get into our trading room. But I will say the trading room is your best value. All right. Hosted again by Aaron and myself. Interactive, learn to earn. We have a fun session too, I should tell you. We have a lot of fun. Fully narrated where strategies come alive. This is where it happens. This is where the rubber hits the road. Okay. This is where the rubber hits the road, where our strategies come alive. Where did my thing go? Here it is right here. Where our strategies come alive. There we go. I'm having fun with these markers here. Folks, really, $6.99 a quarter. You know what that is? I think it's like a half a Subway sandwich a day. Give it to me or Aaron. I don't care. Let Aaron eat today. But you don't have to feed both of us, just one of us. I think it's like a 6-inch sub from Subway. That's what it works out to. This is your best value. All right. If you know what calls and puts are, this is where you need to be. You do not have to be some expert trader to be in this because we don't expect you to be. That's why you're here. We teach you this stuff. This is where you need to be, folks, right here. All right. You need to be here if you know what calls and puts are. All right. Trading room. Next up, we have the Ultimate Training Workshop. If you know nothing about options at all, it would be highly recommended that you get in and learn the Ultimate Training Workshop. Go through this 11 recorded webinars, each about an hour and a half long. We go through everything, soup to nuts. All right. We teach what we trade what we teach. You're going to hear it all. Everything from options, fundamentals, money management, technical strategies, everything. Gain confidence, get the repair skills, master Aaron's deep dive analysis. We have a special price on this one here, and I understand it's still up on the website. And this is the funny thing about it. So here's the story about this. Okay, we before Eagle bought us out, these were going out the door at $3,500. And even then, I was told that was a bargain. Eagle took us over. They had a 2 week special. We had actually a special webinar, actually a series of webinars in the training, and we recorded these, and that's what became this ultimate training course. And we the IT guys forgot to take it off they forgot to take it off the website. You can still get this for $9.95. So before they figure it out, go and grab it. Go and grab it, folks. All right, $9.95. This is something you're going to have access to for at least 6 months, although we've yet to take anybody off. Get all the training you can. We also have other online workshops, power scalping, repairing trades, how to identify market turning points. All of these here, Aaron's strategy for only $249 each. Go and grab these. I think you're going to really enjoy these. Folks, there's also this thing I understand. I don't know if this is still open, but I'm going to suggest that you may want to be interested in this and contact customer services for details. Lifetime membership with this thing I call the Day Trade Spy Society. You get everything, complete suite of programs. Okay, complete suite of programs. All right, let's get back some more questions here up on the board. And where did we go here? There we go. Oh my gosh, there we go. All right. So, okay, Richard, want to give up that 9 to 5 and learn about, you know what, a lot of people, hello from Queens, New York. A lot of people are doing this full time, like or part time or full time with full time money, part time hours. They're giving up their career jobs on doing this. Let me see here. Hello from Vancouver, Canada. Alex, good to have you on like that. Lauren said yes if she does like dogs. Dump her. I did. Uh, speaking of dogs, I think mine wants. She's telling me she wants to go out. Nope, she's gonna lay down here. She's so funny here. All right. Okay, Brian, thank you very much for telling me how I found you. It was one of the other services that Eagle had. And got a marketing college and okay, glad you joined in. Making good trades. Okay. Bill M is saying here for that earlier subscriber that was not making good trades without you and Aaron, he needs to buy the Ultimate Trader Workshop. That is pure, that is full of pure gold. Thank you for that, Bill. Bill says the Ultimate Training Workshop is pure gold. Thank you so much for that. Don S, I love these sessions and your humor. It's like hanging out with friends. Yeah, that's kind of the way I look at it. We're like we're friends, right? I mean, we've been doing this for years. And oh, you know what? I was cleaning out storage. So okay, so we used to record these. We record all of our sessions, and I used to put them on DVDs many years ago, and I would store them. So they first went from my filing cabinet up to my closet, right? Up to my closet, eventually out to the garage, and now they're in the storage unit. You guys ever watch that Storage Wars or whatever it's called? You know, they break into storage units. So anyway, the other day I was over there and I grabbed one of those early DVDs. I am embarrassed for those people that were watching us in the early days. Were we ever green on all of this stuff? It was myself along with Bert and Bob, and we're stumbling through and having fun and trading and I think we must have just been. I think people were laughing at us, you know, and I'm sure of it. But were we ever just horrible? But you know, we got through it, and I guess I don't know. It's just yeah, the early days. I should maybe get one of those and play them back for you if I ever if I have the nerve. Maybe we'll have a special session. Here's an early trading room session. Would you guys want that? Oh, if I can get the nerve to do that. Anyway. Yeah, it's like hanging out with friends. And that's the way I look at you guys, guys and gals. I mean, everybody. Okay, when I say guys, I mean guys and gals. A lot of ladies on here, and I love you all. All right, okay. Okay, question from James. Are you concerned people can oversubscribe? It's going to get too popular and lead to its demise. No, again, the more people learn this, the more they trade, the better they're going to be. And this question comes up sometimes saying, well, are you not going to be controlling the market if you're telling people to trade? The answer is no. To move SPY for anything at all, you have to inject literally millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars in a certain moment in time to move it. And that's just never going to happen. It's just not going to happen. And I tell people too, even if you're going to trade something and you have $1 million to trade, don't put it all in one shot. All right, spread it out. That's what the big boys do. They spread it out, right, over a few seconds or a couple minutes or something like that, right? All right, so that's never going to be an issue. The more people get to know this, the better. It's like the indicators. It's like we use the pivot points, and I say to people, look at I don't know how the pivot points came, who came out with this formula. The pivot point itself is the average of yesterday's high, low, and close. And then the pivot support and resistance levels are derivatives of the pivot point itself. So the point is, the more people use them, the more effective they are, and that's a good thing. All right. Okay. Is there any way you can leave the trading room trades displayed for longer time frame at the bottom of the screen? You move so fast. Can I pick up on the trade? So after you give the trade and start talking about the trades, we get left behind. Okay, so I guess you're referring to Bob in the trading room. Uh, okay, we'll put them. Yeah. Okay, so here's another thing too. I know people ask, well, can you somehow write the trades on in the trading room? We tried that. It really didn't work because things just move too fast. The market doesn't wait for us to get caught up. The market is fast, it moves, and we get in, we make our trades. But if you want to go back or follow us on script, on your Zoom dashboard, there's a thing up at the top, three little dots that says more. If you click on more, you can actually display the words. It translates and puts the words onto the screen for you. Okay, it says where does it say? The captions. It's under captions. And by the way, it not only gives you the captions, but it will translate into many different languages: Persian, Turkish, Polish, Portuguese, French, German, Estonian, Finnish, Danish, Czech, Dutch, Hungarian, Italian, Japanese, any language you want. It's going to convert our speech, our spoken word into your script at the bottom of your screen. So that you can follow like that. All right, Charles G, you're correct. Took me from 2000 until 2023 to realize that whatever I said, Charles, not really sure. But Charles has been with us a long time. And good to have you still on, Charles. Really good to see that. Oh my God, I get so many questions here. I'm gonna try and go on through these. See. Okay, I'm gonna quickly scan through some of these questions and maybe we can bundle them up somehow so I don't leave anybody behind. I don't want to leave anybody behind. At the same time, I don't want to be here for 3 hours or 2 hours even here. Management techniques, we'll talk about that in the trading room. Uh, what to do specific trades when a trade goes against us. Lewis, okay. So some people are in situations where the trade goes against you. So, okay, here's what I'll tell you what I do in real when the trade goes against me. Okay, I come from an insurance background, and I'm going to tell you when a claim would be open, let's say a fender bender, all right, and I'm going back many years when it cost $2,000, $3,000 or $5,000 to repair a fender. So we would open a claim, say for $10,000. That's our liability on this particular claim. The assessor would go down, the appraiser say that's a $2,500 claim. But we had this open for $10,000 in case some other claim goes against it, maybe a personal injury thing. The guy, whiplashed his neck or something. And so we set up this liability in case any further claims are against this accident. And then when the car is repaired, there's no further claims. Then we close the claim out, paid the $2,500 or whatever the cost is, and then close the $10,000 liability out as well. I kind of take the same approach, a similar approach to trading. So when I want to get into a trade, let's say I want to spend $2,500 and I'll buy 10 contracts at $2.50. That's $2,500. In my mind, I am prepared to invest up to $10,000 on this trade. I don't want to, but if the trade should suddenly go totally against me, all right, and when I get down about 40, 50, 60% loss, I will look at that trade and I'll say, why did it go down? And if I can make sense of it and realize, okay, it was a news item that went down, for example, the other day when was it CPI numbers came out, they're better than expected, the market tanked. I knew then that, okay, that's fine. The market's in a bad mood. It's got a temper tantrum, right? It doesn't like the CPI numbers, but it'll be fine. Tomorrow it's going to get over itself and it'll start coming back up. And I remember there's some people that were sitting in calls when that happened. I said, don't worry, it'll come back up. Sit tight. They don't expire until Friday or next week or whatever it was. And when you know it, the next morning they shot right back up to where they were. But anyway, I will look at the news and see what's going on. And then I'll say, will this come back organically? How much time do I have left? Do I have lots of time left? What's coming up news-wise that's going to move the market? Is there any chart pattern I should look at? Um, should I repair the trade? Is this something I should fix? If all of those answers lead to a dead end with me, and this is not going well for me at all, it's not going to happen. Only then will I cut my losses and get out of it. I don't take losses easily anymore. I don't want to lose. I have not had a real loss, a good loss in a long time, knock on wood. Okay, so I'm not wanting to lose. So I will look and see if I can actually stay with the trade. And this happens a lot, even, during a trading room. Sometimes, okay, the market's going to go on. Let's just wait it out. Little storm coming through. It's like if you're sitting in your sailboat, right? And you're bobbing up and down. Here's a storm coming. Oh my gosh, what's going to happen? Well, drop your sails, drop your anchor, whatever, just wait it out. You're going to bob up and down. It can get a little bouncy, just hold on, go indoors, whatever you do, just hang on. As long as the keel stays in the water, right? The mast stays overhead, that you're going to be fine. And eventually the storm passes. Just wait it out. And that's the way it is with the stock market. All right. So anyway, we go into all that in detail in the trading room here. Da, da, da. Comment here. Are there any trading restrictions for options in Israel or the Philippines? I don't know. Nora says, I love the simplicity. I'm going to wrap this up soon because I'm kind of getting that brief thing about the primer in a little bit here too. Okay. Tracy, good to have you here. Joined February the 1st. I was skeptical. Hugh, love you, man. Girl. Made 20K in the 401k last 2 weeks. Awesome, Tracy. And in my fun account, I started with $500, now have $5,800. Tracy, you're the best this week, and I'm trying to discern limit orders and what percentage I should put on one. You promote 6%. That's amazing. Do you trade higher, like 10, 20%? Okay, so let's talk about the 6%. We often talk about the 6% gain. You see, you have to have a standard by which to measure success. I remember in the early years, people would say, well, that was a successful trade we did. We made 3 cents. Well, listen, pal, no, it wasn't success because you would not have sold it with a 3-cent gain. So yes, you said the stock was going to go here and it was going to go up and it went up 3 cents and it reversed and tanked and we lost all our money. That was not a success. That was not a success. Um, we have to have a standard by which to measure. And for us, it's 6%. Now, we have ways of making a lot more than 6%. And that's what we show you in the trade room. That's one of the benefits. Way to go, Tracy. Congratulations. Douglas, I still want a ticket for the Dancing Girls show. That's at 10 o'clock. We'll see. Oh, yes, I was getting the Dancing Girls. I promise you, I will get that. I got to write that down. The Dancing Girls. Dancing Girls. Yes, we're going to have a session with Dancing Girls. I talked about that the other day. Thanks for reminding me. I'm sorry I didn't have it set up here for this session yet. All right. Okay. All right, John. I saw the other day you said that you can trade with a 10K account. How can you day trade with a 10K account when they're required to have at least 25K in your day trade? Get a cash account. Do not get a margin account. With a margin account, you need $25,000 to day trade. You are listed as a pattern day trader if you want to go more than 3 times in and out in a 5-day period. You can do three times in and out in a 5-day period. with a margin account. But if you have a cash account, you can go in and out as much as you want as long as you have the cash in there. It's simple. Ask for a cash account. You got that all. Um, you got that all. It's easy to do. Okay. All right. Question here. I wonder if these sessions are recorded. Your breath of fresh air. Thanks so much for that. I'm not going to be able to stay on all the time because of a commitment. Please reply by typing. Scott, yes, this is going to be recorded. It's going to be available on the website, DayTradeSPY. Hope you're still on, and we'll check it later. All right. So I'm learning you is taking small wins just fine. Not taking wins has cost me many times, and I'm turning the pages now. No more of that. Thanks for that, Norm. Very funny. Launch your wagon on with them. Yeah. Okay. A lot of good comments here. There's so many comments here. I'm going to quickly go through these. Can you open a cash Roth account? I believe so. Um, I believe you can open a cash Roth account, and hopefully you can get through. And I'm going to be can get a meet and greet, Phil. I believe at the Money Show in Las Vegas. We're going to hang around there. Hugh Pilot, yes. Picked up a comment. Yes. Yeah, you'll find a lot of references to aviation, and I can tell you this much, folks. And oh my gosh, I'm going so overtime, and I think my dog's getting restless. Listen, there's a lot of similarities between aviation, believe it or not, and stock trading, options trading. A lot. Things like minimizing your risk. In the aviation world, as an example, when we do our pre-flight checks, we check the fuel. We actually take a sample of the fuel from our fuel tanks, and we look at it. When we look and say, do we have enough fuel? Is it the right color? If the color is wrong, that means the wrong gas is in the tank. That's not a good thing. We even have to check to see if is the top secured on. I put that on my checklist because once I actually okay, so the fuel tanks on Cessna 172s is at the top. You have to go to the top. There's a little cap at the top. It's attached with a little chain, and you fill the tanks up, and then you screw the top back on, and off you go, right? I got a call back from the towers. I took off to come back because fuel was being sucked out of my wing. And apparently, when I checked the fuel, I forgot to lock the cap. And as I took off, of course, the vacuum that was created over the wing was sucking the fuel out. So you can be sure I just made my circuit, came back down, landed, and very embarrassing to say the least. But now checking that the cap is secure is on my checklist. All right. Okay. Douglas is saying blood pressure getting higher. It's those dancing girls. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. 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 Puts for the seasonals. You might want to consider puts for the seasonals. We'll see where things go. We're going to be talking about Aaron and his deep dive analysis and all this stuff. Okay. Can you tell the difference between the signal being live in the trading room? Okay, so when the signal comes, we don't talk about the signal in the trading room, and we don't talk about the pick in the trading room until after the fact, because these are separate subscriptions. Okay, so it's not fair to the people that took the pick and in the trading room. So we keep them separate for that reason. Okay, so Norm's saying he's not going to stop with the 10K challenge. He's going to go for 650K. Might get weak need, but he wants to get to that six-figure income, that six-figure mark. Way to go. Let me know how that works out. I'm going to tell you something about that. Taking 2 to 10K is relatively easy, and it's manageable emotionally. My question to you is, especially if you are new to that, how will you feel if you have 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 80, 90, $100,000 in a single trade? SPY can handle it, no problem. That's not a problem. Will you be able to handle it emotionally when you have $80,000 in a trade and the market turns against you, and suddenly your 80,000 is down to 30 or 40? Because that's where the challenge lies. All right. All right. The trading room is recorded. Trading room members do get a copy of that. Congrats, Daniel. $1,100 Friday, 2 trades. Nice. With the inner circle, do you get all the services? No. That is a separate service, and that's all that is. And okay, so what I'm going to do now, we're pushing 9:30, and I have a lot of questions here, but I'm going to move along here, folks. I'm going to wrap this up and stick around because those people want the primer. We'll get to the primer right after this. Okay, so it's been a real pleasure. Stick around. I believe your URL will have the link to the trading room. All right, we'll see you back in a few minutes. Actually, in about 30 seconds.
Give it all to you and trust the process to keep your eyes on the prize. I can tell you what I'm seeing. You can have it if you dream it. Just be brave and you'll achieve it all. It all. I wanna know if you really want it, and if you do, then just shout it loud and clear. I wanna know if you really need it, and if you do, then just shout it loud and clear, loud and clear, loud and clear, loud and clear. Shout it loud and clear, loud and clear, loud and clear, loud and clear. Shout it loud and clear.
All right. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back, and we are now going to move on to the next segment, which is just going to be a few minutes here. If you are new to options, this is where you want to be. Just so you know, if I get called away for about 10 seconds to open the door for my dog, don't be surprised, okay? All right, so if you're new to the option, this is where you want to be. What do? We day trade options on SPY. That's all we do. All right, where is it? Period. SPY. Why is the highest traded stock out there? It's affordable, diverse. People ask me, why don't you diversify and just instead of one stock? Well, SPY covers the whole spectrum. All the sectors are represented in SPY. Very liquid. The profit potential is huge, and it's exciting trading. It's just exciting. I love SPY. It's all there. Everything is there. What are options anyway? What are these? They're actually contracts. They're contracts. It gives the options holder the right, but not the obligation to trade the underlying stock for a certain price by a certain date. You don't have to go find people to buy or sell from. It's right there on the options market. Just like there's a segment on your trading platform for stocks or equities, there's another one for futures. You might see something else for Forex and some of these other things. Look for the tab that says options. The market is ready right there. You only need to know two names, calls and puts. If you expect the stock to go up, you buy a call option. If you expect the stock to go down, you buy a put option. Call up, put down. Options have strike prices. This is the set price at which the stock can be bought or sold if and when you want to exercise it. Now, we don't want to convert our options to stock. The next person I ever meet that wants to do that will be the first. Nobody wants to do that. We just want to trade the option. They also have expiration dates. These things come to an end. They don't last forever. This is when the contract actually expires. And if you don't do something with the option by expiration, it just vanishes, disappears, like it never happened. Options come in the money when the market price of the underlying security is above the strike price, calls. The option price is under the strike price, though it's for puts, allows the options holder to exercise it profitably. Then there's out of the money, when the option price, market price rather, is of the underlying security is below the strike price for calls or above the strike price for puts at expiration, then it becomes worthless. If you're out of the money even 1 cent at expiration, your option is worthless. We get into all the detail in this, all right, in the training. We get into it in the trading room. We get into it in the inner circle. So don't worry if you're not familiar. You're not going to get familiar with this instantly. It's going to take a little time. Not a lot, but you're going to quickly pick this up very quickly. Pros and cons with options. A lot of pros here. Flexibility, cost efficient, huge leverage, high return potential. Once you start trading with options, you're never going to go back to stock again. Many strategies available. I'm not saying ours is the only one. I think for me, the one that works for me is the one that I like, and that's the one we teach. And it's like anything else, when you find something that works, why would you change it? It's like when you lose your car keys, you find your car keys, you stop looking, That's the way I was with this. When I found this strategy worked well for me, I don't care about anything else out there. I don't need to know all these other strategies out there and married puts and covered calls and straddles, strangles, butterflies, condors. They can have them. All right. I don't want them. I just want to know how to make money. And if you just want to know how to make money, you got to be here with us, right? Fun, exciting trading. This is what I like. I like the excitement, the you know that after all these years, I'm just as probably more so excited to get up in the morning to trade now than I ever was. There's a personal thing about you know, beating the market. You just want to beat the market. Options have cons. I'm not going to kid you. Time decay, commissions, and they are risky. You gotta get over this and learn how to overcome these obstacles, and you're gonna become very good at it. Folks, over the years, all right, we learned what works and what doesn't work in both training and trading. Trading one stock, one strategy, 1 hour a day. Why SPY follows the top 500 US stocks. Efficient use of analysis time. I get in front of my computer somewhere between 8 and 8:30 every morning. By 8:30, 9 o'clock, I've got a pretty good idea where the stock is going to go. How cool is that? The moves are quick. You can earn your daily gains faster. SPY is fairly reliable, consistent, predictive, even forgiving. So many times, even if you're going the wrong way at that time, just wait it out. Probably come back in your direction, you'll make your money. And prices can be anticipated in any market. You can make money both going up and down with SPY. Folks, why now? Why SPY now? Learn something new. Stay mentally sharp. Do you know that a lot of the elderly people love to trade because it keeps them sharp, mentally sharp, cognitive skills, you know? You don't want to let your brain turn to mush, and this makes sure that you don't. Earn while you learn. Time's going to pass anyway. Might as well make money along the way, right? Huge profit potential for serious traders, and by this I mean that dream lifestyle can be achievable. And I'm not kidding you. A lot of people are achieving that dream, whatever that is. So many different things they can do. It's exciting, thrilling, and what I like about it too is that you can pass this knowledge on to your kids. And it's very liberating feeling, very comforting knowing that your kids know how to trade. I love that feeling. So, where did we go here? Why did we flip over here? Let's do this. Okay, and I think I want to kind of find this. I'm getting messed up in my screens here. Okay, let's try this here for some reason. All right, let's try this here. Okay, here's a comparison between. I'm not sure what happened there. I think I just my slides got mixed up. Here's a comparison between the stock and options. All right, let's say you want to control 100 shares of SPY stock. At $500 a share, it's going to cost you $50,000. Especially if you're new to this, you're going to put in $50,000. You only have to put 25,000, then your broker is going to lend you the other 25. Now you're indebted to your broker. It can be pretty scary, or you can buy one contract of SPY. See, one contract controls 100 underlying shares. Let's say you bought that option for $3. Well, you got an investment of $300 to control the same 100 shares. That's pretty cool. Now, let's say the stock rises $1. That means your stock is going to be worth $50,100. Now, if the stock goes up $1, you have a 50 delta, which is one of those Greeks. Don't worry about the technical if you don't understand it. Just know that with the 50 Greek, which is what it would be, your option goes up 50 cents. So now your option is worth $350. All right. Look at your percentage return on investment. 0.2% on the stock versus 17% on the option. You might remember earlier, I did a slide on what I traded for, and I'm going to go back to that. What I traded the option for, where did it go? Right here. I'm going to see. Okay, let me see what slide number this is that I'm on so I can go back to it. And I want to show you something here. 56. I got to remember 56. I am going to go back and show you this screen here. 56. I remember 56. And okay, now I got to go back to 15. I think it was 15. Here it is right here. Okay, I'm going to show you this. Remember, this is what I traded for in real. Here's one trade I did. I only made $50. And I know some of you might have thought, well, that's not a lot of money. But look what I invested, $280. Percentage wise, that's the one I made the most on, 17.9%. The others were 9.1, 5.6, 4.7 percentage wise. Now, if I only traded 10 contracts, it would have only cost me $280. I made $50. Seriously? Yeah. 17 point, and that's where this leverage comes in. Like it's just crazy, right? So you don't need millions of dollars to make a lot of money on this thing. You can actually do very well by trading small amounts and working their way up. Now, I did have somebody yesterday, I think it was I was talking to him, and I'm going to go back to the screen here for a second here. He's starting out trading $50 to $100. And by the way, let's go back to this slide here. And I want to say, since discovering this power of options, I've never gone back to trading stocks before. Again, okay, so just so you know. But a gentleman I was talking to yesterday, he said, well, I don't have much to trade with. I don't have much to trade with. I only have $50 to $100 a trade. I said, well, that's not going to buy you very much. And if it was me, I would just put that in the trading account, but I would slowly or gradually or as quickly as possible ramp that up. What I would do is I would get into the trading room and I would learn, or buy the ultimate trading course. I would learn and learn and learn. Meanwhile, I will keep adding to my account. And then when I hit two, three, four, $5,000, then I would start trading real money. And here's how to do it. When you get in and you learn, right? When you get in and you learn, and I'm just going to go to the next slide here. Then what you want to do is one second, here it is. What you want to do is start paper trading using pretend money. And then when you have some capital in your account, right, transition to real money by doing this way. Do 20 good paper trades, then do one real trade. Then go back and do another 5 or 6 paper trades, then do another real trade. Then another 5 or 6 paper trades, another real trade. See what I'm saying? Don't just go whole hog in. All of a sudden now you're trading real money and you think you're Mike Douglas on Wall Street or something like that. You're not. You want to get it, you want to slide in there, transition gradually so you get more and more comfortable with it, more exposure to the stock market, more exposure in the trading room, more exposure, right? So you get very much at one with the market until you get very, very comfortable, and then you'll be able to to work the market. Anyway, I think that's a good primer. That's all this is just a primer. And with that, I'm going to just see if there's any other quick questions I can answer here, because I don't want to kind of leave anybody hanging here. Okay. Oh, Howard, are you still on? Let me just see if he's still on. Howard he's preparing to spend $1,000 towards a booth. I think he's one of our biggest fans here. Anyway, I don't think he's on. I think he's gone. Okay, all right. Let's see. Okay, Steve M just joined last week. I got a kind of $140 to play with. Well, if you $140,000, $140. If you have $140, again, I would just ramp that up until you got a good $2, 3, $4,000. Then start transitioning to real money here. So Pam, congratulations, Pam, if you are still on. She's making an average of $1,000 a week. Almost feel guilty making this money so easily. I've created some of my own strategies, like buying some contracts at the prices suggest, then buying the rest in the depth. Nice trade there. Steve says 140,000. That's better, Steve. 140,000. That's better. Okay. Can we watch the event in Las Vegas from the comfort of our home? That's an interesting. I don't know if they have any video set up on that. Maybe we should probably put a camera on there and just stream it in there. I'm not really sure. Anyway, yeah, I think we're gonna call it a day here. 9:43. Have you thought about changing to Saturday like last week? That was great. You want to do this on Saturdays instead of Sundays? I thought Sunday's kind of a nice easy night, but we'll see what happens here. I'm just kind of go through some of these quick questions. Okay, gang, I don't want to keep you here anymore. Good to see you, Mo. Good to have you here, Mo. Why? Any questions at all? Any administrative questions? Please go through our customer service department. If you're not getting any good response from them, then email me. Only then. So okay, so email me then if you're not getting a good response from customer service. Email me at HughG, HUGHG at DayTradeSPY. All right, HughG at DayTradeSPY. I would like to help you if I can, and I can redirect your questions or issues to perhaps um, somebody else who might be better equipped to answer your questions here. Thanks for joining us, Andres from Mexico. Good to have you online. And okay, see you Sunday is best. Okay, thanks for that. Something else I want to mention to you, if you do have any other questions or anything at all right, check out the website, DayTradeSPY FAQs first. Chances are your questions will be answered there. All you have to do is just go to daytradespy.com, click on FAQ. There's a bunch of questions down here. And if you just click on any of these questions, like this here, what about the 25K rule? The explanation comes up. Okay, very easy. All right. And that's it. All right. So with that, I am going to call it a day, call it a night. Thank you very much for attending, and we'll see you hopefully in Las Vegas.
Now you're the one, shine brighter than the moon and the sun. Be great at what you do, give it all of you, and trust the process and keep your eyes on the prize. I can tell you